Hey yo, what up? It's me, Antron Fleece, aka Real AF. You tuned into the world's greatest and possibly only puppet radio show, Felt So Good. Keep it locked, cause when it comes to hip hop, we got it stitched, we got it sewed up, and you know what? They secretly run every government. They choose dictators, presidents, and prime ministers. They bring them in, tell them what to do, and take them out if they don't do it. They control the global banking systems and shape world events. They are puppeteers pulling the strings, operating in the shadows, and are behind everything. And with all of the important manufacturing and orchestrating of geopolitical games of chess, they still also somehow find time to make sure rappers put subliminal messages into hit songs and symbolism into their videos, and ask them to make clandestine hand gestures to give you hints and clues that they're part of a super secret society that's supposed to be a secret. Who are they? Well, like the devil that they supposedly secretly worship in dark hidden rooms, they are known by many names. The Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, the New World Order, the Freemasons, the Illuminati. Like I mentioned in the last video, an important part of the fabric of hip-hop is that anti-establishment element. Public Enemy, NWA, X-Clan, Brand Nubian, the Ghetto Boys, Goody Mob. Since the beginning, rappers have spoken out about the conditions of where they come from and called out the people in power who helped create those conditions. Usually the bars were aimed at visible figureheads, chanting "Fight the powers that be" and the police. There wasn't too much smoke or even mention of the man behind the man. At first. See, after the traditional four elements of hip-hop, DJing, MCing, graffiti, and breakdancing, some people say the fifth element of hip-hop is knowledge. That's right, knowledge. To know the ledge. Knowledge of self. Golden era hip-hop was heavily influenced by the Nation of Gods and Earths. The 5% Nation, or the 5%ers. And one of their core tenets is getting knowledge, learning, and reading. A book that a lot of rappers read and were inspired by was Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper. Cooper was a conspiracy theorist, a radio host, a writer, and a former naval intelligence officer, which gave some credibility to his theories. Released in 1991, Behold the Pale Horse covered theories about UFOs, the JFK assassination, and the secret government, or the New World Order. For a culture that was speaking truth to power, the book was confirmation of the systemic corruption of the political establishment that had attempted to suppress them their entire lives. And it inspired the creation of some of the most timeless music and moments in hip-hop. Big Gip of the legendary Goody Mob said that Busta Rhymes gave the book to Big Rube, the poet laureate of their crew, the Dungeon Family. Rube told everybody in the studio they needed to read this book. They did, and in 1995, that book became the basis of Cell Therapy, their classic song with the classic hook. A song that talks about everything from surveillance to the New World Order to Mark of the Beast microchip implants. That same year, Prodigy, a member of another legendary group, Mobb Deep, who also read and was inspired by the book, gave us an iconic hip-hop moment in bars that are still referenced to this day.
Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep the army.
1 year later, in 96, under his Machiavelli alias, Tupac released what would tragically be his last album made while he was alive, the Don Illuminati, which probably means he was aiming to come at or kill the Illuminati.
Machiavellian is Illuminati, all through your body.
Many people credit these instances with introducing terms like the New World Order and the Illuminati into the hip-hop lexicon. And the deaths of both Pac and Prodigy are still referenced to this day as potentially being the result of them exposing these secret societies. Pardon me, my fabricated brother, but I must interrupt you because I am flabbergasted that you did not call me to speak on this when this just so happens to be my area of expertise. hold up, man. You can't just interrupt and run your intro in the middle of a segment. You're not even in the script for this episode.
Scripts are written for television programs. Tell a live vision program. Don't let your vision be programmed by the lies that they tell.
Oh, and who are they?
Well, you were right, my brother. They do run the governments and they do control the world. But they are not who you think they are. I'm talking about they. THAE, the Hidden Agenda Establishment. They are behind the Illuminati, the New World Order, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, the Bohemian Grove, the Freemasons,
3 hours later,
the Department of Motor Vehicles, and the National Football League.
Pay no attention to that extremist sock puppet. Alright, now who the pup are you?
Well, my shabbily dressed friend, I am Isoscelesington von Sacre Poupette III. But feel free to call me Isosceles. I am the much more sane, much more reasonable, more wealthy cousin of your homeboy Socrates here.
Okay.
Yes, well, I just want to give all 12 or so of the likely unlearned, impressionable people who may be watching your little, show here steadfast assurance that there is nothing to worry about. There is no super secret cabal of wealthy, powerful devil worshippers buying souls and making decisions that affect your life every day. Everything is fine.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Sometimes your words just hypnotize me.
Wait, are you trying to hypnotize or brainwash us? It looks like you're brainwashing Socrates right now.
By Jove, of course not. What nonsense. What balderdash. What poppycock.
Anyway, before we were so weirdly interrupted, I was getting to the transitional point between rappers dropping esoteric knowledge and making us think about what could be going on behind the veil to where we are right now. A time when some people seem to believe every single conspiracy theory that gets posted to Dallas Penn's internets.
I hear there's rumors on the internets
Where the Rockefeller diamond is now an all-seeing eye pyramid. Where every celebrity who sadly loses a loved one is just as sadly accused of sacrificing him. Where every other celebrity who shows up to an event wearing a whack, weird, and questionable outfit is either completing some mysterious humiliation ritual or has gone through whatever the back door is, or both. You could probably tell by my candidly sarcastic tone now and throughout this video that I, myself, don't buy into those theories. Not all of them, and not like some people do. Not completely. I try to approach everything with a healthy combination of skepticism, open-mindedness, and logic. I've had online Twitter finger type arguments with people I know IRL about these kind of topics. Like, what does it really mean to sell your soul? Because some people refer to that figuratively, meaning to compromise yourself and your integrity. But if you have the mental fortitude to peruse the comments of just about any video about any celebrity, you would see some people seem to believe that these people literally sold their souls. I asked someone, how does that work? Like, do they sign an actual contract? Like, did somebody unroll a long piece of old parchment and prick their finger and have them sign it with blood? Was there a lawyer present? Are there renegotiation and sunset clauses in these contracts? And where does the public with public IP addresses get all of this intimate knowledge of these surreptitious occult practices and procedures? In terms of selling your soul to, say, the devil, there's nothing in the Bible that mentions being able to sell your soul to Satan. In fact, historically, that wasn't even a commonly held belief in early Christianity. It seems to have gained popularity along with the 16th century play The Tragical History of the Life and Death of Dr. Faustus, a play about a scholar who sells his soul to the devil. Much like today, that entered into people's psyche by way of pop culture, entertainment, and creativity. So on the one hand, I do and don't believe this puppet. And on the other hand, I do and don't believe this puppet either. I think the truth about stuff like this is probably somewhere in between. That people like Queen Elizabeth and David Rockefeller, no relation, live long enough to walk around looking like Weekend at Bernie's corpses because of a steady diet of torture-extracted adrenochrome? Or did their ridiculous wealth afford them the best health care that money can buy? Wealth that they arguably got by exploiting millions of people who can't afford healthcare at all and live much shorter lives as a result. Do I believe that if you take a video of Beyonce performing on stage with the physical exertion of an intense cardio workout and slow it down to 0.25 speed, that if you look at just the right moment, you can see veins popping out and her eyes changing, proving that she's a reptilian or possessed by a demon? No, of course not. But I do believe that rich and powerful people meet up behind closed doors and make decisions that negatively impact the rest of us all for their own greed and self-interest. I do believe those people turn a blind eye to and allow and participate in atrocities in order to keep and grow their own ill-gotten gains. I don't think the world's evil is hiding behind secret hand signs and set designs in hip-hop videos. I think it comes in the form of handshakes and agreements made at fancy dinners, on golf courses, and in closed-door meetings in government buildings. If you want to call that the Illuminati, I can rock with that. But what do I know? I'm just a puppet. Anyways, thanks for pupping with your boy. Don't forget to subscribe, like, hype, and get in the comments and type, and we. This video has been brought to you by our sponsor, Build-A-Burger. Build-A-Burger. For just $9.99, you'll flip for these burgers. Customize your way. Lettuce, tomato, pickles, our secret margarine sauce, and the highest quality meats that
made out of people.
Build-A-Burger.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.